I mean, to hear that kind of voice. You are not alone.
Keep it going. Keep
You're
it
not
going.
alone.
Keep going. Keep going. Keep going.
I am here with you.
With you.
Though you're far away. I am here to stay. You are not alone.
You are not alone. Liverpool in the celebrations as Stevie G does not slip up the 3 points for Liverpool this time around. And they keep their quadruple hopes alive. Leeds making a habit out of playing with 10 men on the field. I don't know. I think Jesse Marsh is trying to find a new tactic here. And it's I think you have to believe a lot more. If you don't get that, watch some Ted Lasso. Man City winning 5-1, but the funniest thing that's not even the biggest headline of the week for them. They tried to attempt to sign an Aguero replacement, and I think we can all agree they successfully failed at that. We'll talk about that. We are the Benchwarmers. My name is Eric.
Nico, Nick,
John, and Josue.
And if you liked that introduction where Josue serenaded us with his beautiful voice, please
It's
let
not
us know,
beautiful.
and we will we'll find another song for him to sing, or whatever song he decides to sing, because it was just beautiful.
I
Regardless.
was just singing that song because Gat fell alone. So, but we're here for you, Gat. Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
I appreciate that.
But yeah, man, I actually didn't have that much time to kind of like ask, that warm up question today. I've been kind of swamped at work. I just was able to write that quick little mini introduction. So, do you guys have any grind your gear kind of questions?
combined Tottenham Arsenal 11.
Combined. Dang.
Of all time?
No.
This week.
This
For
weekend.
tomorrow.
And players who are just any player, they don't have to be injured or not. Like,
Okay, you pick
choose
formation then.
4-2-3.
Do we all pick one player, or do we all each give our combined
between
11?
Eric and Dyer
Oh, just them two?
because they're Tottenham and Arsenal.
All right.
So we need to agree. Or do I have to pick my 11? He picks his 11.
All right. I'll start it off. Goalkeeper, Ramsdale or Hugo Lloris?
Ramsdale.
I'll admit Ramsdale.
Ramsdale?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only because Hugo Lloris does tend to flop. So, I mean, I love the guy. He's great, but he does tend to flop.
I'm just going just because of the build-up play that Ramsdale does bring to the game. I'm not saying that he's camp, but he's not known for that.
All
But
right.
yeah, I'll choose Ramsdale.
Right back, Tomiyasu or Emerson Royale?
Tomiyasu. I'm sorry.
He's thinking
It's
about
kinda
this one.
easy
That's
for me.
that's
Kinda
interesting.
easy for me.
I'm going to say Doherty.
He did.
Because you said
No, I did, but you think he's better than Tomiyasu?
I still say Tomiyasu.
Yes, because Doherty actually gets up there and is able to score and provide assists. I haven't seen Tomiyasu do
Yeah,
that.
he got an assist for Gabriel Marinelli, by the way, just in case you didn't know. Yeah.
But if you wanted Tomiyasu or Emerson, then Tomiyasu. If that's what you want. But
Okay,
I
alright,
picked Doherty
All right,
out
you
of the
think
three.
Doherty. Okay. All right, give me your center back pairing.
Romero and not gonna lie, Ben White. If he was
I was between Romero and Ben White or Magalhaes, but I'd probably choose Ben White just because I feel.
no, you need two center backs.
Yeah,
No,
Romero
I'm
would be
picking
good.
Romero.
Oh,
Romero,
okay.
yeah, because I also agree. I think he's been pretty solid for you guys. So I'm between Romero. I'm just gonna say Ben White. Yeah.
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 Okay,
I
at
think
least
it's a good combo right
At
there.
least we agree.
Left back, Tierney, and then Reguilon or
Nuno.
Ryan Sessegnon.
Chill, Nuno.
Tierney.
Mm,
I'm choosing Tierney. all day.
Nuno.
Ben
Cedric,
Davies.
You're not serious, right?
No,
What'd you say?
maybe. Am I? I don't know. ¿Qué dice el público? No, I'm kidding. Tierney.
Okay. Now, the midfield is tricky because Tottenham play a
It is
2
tricky.
and Arsenal play a 3. So what would be your midfield 3?
We're
Midfield.
talking about with healthy players, right?
Yeah, no, just like any player.
I'm gonna have to throw. I gotta throw Party in Odegaard, and I probably.
I think it's Party and Odegaard, and then it's one of a Xhaka or a Bentancur. Or Emil Højbjerg.
Bentancur. Odegaard. And
Party,
Not
obviously.
party.
It's gotta be
Right, you
Party.
taking way too long on some of
It's
these.
obviously Party. No,
because I'm
he doesn't want to say Party. I understand he doesn't want to say Party.
I'm just like I'm trying to go back throughout the season of Højbjerg, but I mean, he did provide a nice assist to Kane in that one game. He did score 1 goal. But I gotta go with Party if I want to go like a box-to-box defensive midfielder.
Yeah, I'll do a party. I'm stuck on the last one. I'm looking at your different.
You don't want to say Bentancur,
I haven't seen much of him, to be honest with you.
but he is solid in the middle. He could actually.
He looks solid, but is he better than how Shaka has been playing for us as of late? That I don't think so. I think Shaka has been.
Just because
a
Shaka
man who-
scores a banger left-footed.
I can see why you would say that, but he has been he's been so important for us in midfield. Like he's actually looking a lot better than what he did in his past, and it's a new leaf to me. This is a new Shaka. This isn't the same Shaka anymore. Bentancur, I haven't seen much of him. I don't know what he's done. I don't know.
I mean, Bentancur, he is box to box and he's more skillful than Shaka. Shaka is more aggressive. I'll agree with it. I'll agree to that. But I need a box to box player who could actually attack as well. Shaka, yeah, he has his long driven shots, but nah,
I mean,
I'm going
I'll
Bentancur.
I'll give it a Bentancur just like to not.
No, if you want to say
be
Shaka,
biased.
by ahead, go ahead.
I'd want to say just like how you said fucking who'd you say before?
Doherty.
Doherty, yeah, exactly. That's a joke, first of all. So I'm gonna go. I'll say Shaka, but I'll go Bentancur.
Okay, fine.
Okay, up top, I'm assuming Son and Kane.
Yeah,
Right.
Son, Kane,
and that's
And then Kulusevski or Bukayo Saka?
Saka, dude.
Kulusevski. Kulusevski.
This guy, yeah, do that on the podcast, bro. I'm over.
No, Kulusevski. As soon as he came to Spurs, he has made a huge impact. Saka took him. Yeah, he's a young guy. He's gonna be.
Took him. He just started.
I know he's a starter.
Took him. It didn't take him. He came ready. You heard?
Burley.
He came ready.
Nah, Kulusevski. Because that man has 9 assists already.
How many goals do you have?
I think 3.
Yeah, Saka has more so.
Nah, I'll put him equal, but Kulusevski. I gotta.
I'm no. Kane's son, yes. I will agree with you know, honestly I probably put Nketiah over Kane right now. I'm just kidding. Kane's son. Yeah, I'm gonna have to put Saka in there, man. Yeah, you could say Kulusevski because he's been looking at he does link up very well with that front three. But just looking at how throughout the season Saka has carried Arsenal through.
He has carried Arsenal.
Like,
but
single-handedly.
Kulusevski has made
Single-handedly.
Tottenham better.
Yeah, but he hasn't carried the team by the scruff of the neck. You have Harry Kane and Son.
Yes,
Arsenal, who do we have that's at that caliber right now?
just Saka.
Just like he's doing it by himself at that age. I throw him in there.
Okay, I'll throw Kulusevski. That's it.
I'm over this already.
I mean,
What a way to start it off.
¿qué dice el público?
But I will say it. I do feel like on paper this. We have to talk about the games first, and then we'll get into the prediction. Let me digress a bit before we actually keep talking more about that. That was a good combined. Would you guys disagree or agree with any one of those?
So real quick, I go to Ramsdale, Tomiyasu, Ben White, Romero, Kieran Tierney, Thomas Partey, Martin Odegaard, Granit Xhaka, Son, Kane, Saka.
Yeah, pretty much.
And it's all because of recent form, though. You know, every shock of last season, we would not be saying this. Completely different story. But that's the beauty of football. Things do turn around. All you gotta do is find the right formula, the right tactics, and the right mentality, and a lot can happen. And speaking of right mentality, Liverpool players definitely had it. So let's get into kickoff, boys. You ready? 2-1, Nick. 1-0 down early in the game. Were there any kind of alarm bells going on, and you were ready to fuck off Steven Gerrard?
I'm glad he didn't win, man. Protected his legend status. But Villa Park is always tough. I think I said 3-0 last time. Now, during the game, I was like, in 2019, Liverpool won 2-1 with the last minute Sadio Mane winner. And then in the lockdown, they won 2-0, I believe. It was also a tough game. And then the year after was a 7-2. And then it took a Trent last minute winner to win against them. And then this season was a 1-0 from a Salah penalty. So I think Villa's always a tough game. I don't know why. I think every team has one of those games where it's always just a tough game. But yeah, I wasn't really mad when Villa scored. I was very early. I mean, also in perspective, if they were to win the game, it probably like at least Liverpool's hopes of winning the title is over, so I don't have to worry about that. So I was like, you know what I mean? But
yeah, it takes the extra stress off.
yeah, but yeah, I thought the game. I thought the game was cool. Curtis Jones started, which was kind of a surprise considering he hasn't started a Premier League game since God knows when. And then the front three was Mane, Jota, Luis Diaz, which is I think I've seen a lot of Liverpool fans try to say like bench Salah, but obviously Salah's in terrible form ever since AFCON, but it just feels awkward when you don't have a left-footed right attacker like Luis Diaz out on the right. It just feels very unorthodox. I think for many teams, like for example, I think Bayern play with Gnabry on the right. Sterling sometimes plays on the right for City, but every other team kind of plays with the left-footed forward out on the right. And whenever you put a right-footed forward, it just kind of makes everything awkward, which is kind of what I thought when Luis Diaz came there. But they switched Luis Diaz on to the left, which he goes from like 80% effectiveness to like 95% effectiveness out on the left. Like he's crazy. But I think it was a pretty smart game from Klopp. Rotated a couple players, although it could have gone the other way considering FA Cup final this Saturday. But it was definitely, I think it was probably a deserved win for Liverpool. Maybe definitely not a thrashing, but it was a cool game. It wasn't anything I did not expect. So I thought some players came in. Curtis Jones, I thought he was decent. I've been kind of critical of him at times. There's also some major flaws in his game, like in his defensive off the ball work, and sometimes his decision making. Like sometimes he takes way too long on the ball, but there's definitely some qualities there that can actually become a good midfielder if he gets a loan out to another Premier League club.
So the title hope's still alive. FA Cup final this weekend, right? What day is it on?
Saturday.
Ooh, against Chelsea, right?
Yep.
Who
It's the only game on Saturday. The games this weekend are on Sundays.
Are we tackling this quick prediction for Saturday?
Okay.
Okay, let's do it. We're talking about Liverpool right now. Let's get into it because they are in they came off a good win against Leeds. Let's definitely mention that 3-0. Leeds did go down, I think, early on in the game. Am I mistaken in saying that? So they went down 10 men. They're making it a habit. So Jesse Marsch is definitely bringing that fighting spirit, literally.
It's a terrible tackle though.
Yeah,
I didn't see it.
It was pretty bad.
Like I didn't see the video, but I saw the photo.
Like Dan James won the ball, but he went full cleats, right?
Kovacic's ankle just literally almost flat with the ground. Nah.
And he ended up coming off, 10, 15, 20 minutes later too.
Daniel James was like, what do I do? Nah, come on.
He tried to sell it to the left, like, oh, but I got the ball.
He's from United, right?
That's fine. Yeah. That's fine. Yeah, you got the ball, but look where your foot landed. Like you can't go in like that, whether you win the ball or not.
Oh, that's I didn't see it because I can't watch those injuries. But who do you injure?
Kovacic.
Well, was he hurt?
He came off, but we'll see what his assessment
hopefully
will be
he's
for
fine.
Saturday.
Yeah, so maybe no Kovacic for Saturday. Is this the result they needed to carry them into the weekend, or are Liverpool still going to get the best of them?
I think Kovacic and I believe and N'Golo Kante are out for this final. I think considering big. Liverpool's midfielder, I think Fabinho's out as well. So
I was going to ask you what your thoughts on that too.
Yeah. Is he?
He might even he might even be out for Champions League too.
Yeah, he'll be out for the FA Cup final, and then probably the rest of the Premier League games, the rest of the 2 games remaining, and then it's a doubt for the Champions League final. But considering his form these past 2 months or month, he hasn't really played the best. Even I've always said when Fabinho plays really bad, Liverpool always lose. And so I think for that Champions League final, I said it right now. If he's touch and go, like he can play or not play,
don't play him.
Don't play him because he's gonna get bypassed by Modric and he's gonna slide into Benzema for a 1-0. So I think for Fabinho, I'm not saying it's some blessing in disguise or something like that, but obviously I would have had him injured, and if he was fit, I would have started him in the Champions League final and the FA Cup final. But considering his form, it's not like some crazy thing in Henderson. I've been like very critical of him this season, but in the 6 as a DM, he's been class. I think every single game he's played at the 6, he's been absolutely class. And Henderson, Keita, Thiago was absolutely vibes attacking midfield. Question marks whether you're going out the other way, but I think that FA Cup final will probably be determined by the midfield. I think Liverpool have it just. I think the only thing for Chelsea is Lukaku. I don't know why.
Are you worried about him? He's finding form now, right when they need it.
Yeah, I think it'll depend whether Konate or Matip starts, which is also another question for the Champions League final, which I'll maybe delve into it a little later. But I think Konate can probably have the chance and the ability to actually deal with Lukaku with his physical ability and his pace. I think Matip at times can be out strength and whatnot. So I think the only thing that's riding on Chelsea is Lukaku, and I can see him scoring, like opening up like 1-0, just like powering over somebody. So I'd edge just to Liverpool because I don't think Chelsea in the best of form right now.
I think Liverpool's going to dominate this game. Honestly, given that I didn't know Kante was out as well, but given that Kova and Kante, I think you guys have much better depth than Chelsea do, which is why you can look at your bench players and why you feel confident in Henderson playing DM. And I mean, to say, yeah, if he's touch and goes, bench him, that means you have depth in that position, which is not what Chelsea can say at the moment. And defensively, yeah, they won 3-0, but let's be honest, it's a 10-man Leeds who are also missing Alien because of the red card he got last game. Defensively, we've seen them get opened up, and Liverpool, I think, are just going to be able to just kind of slice them right open. To be honest with you, I'm going to give it to Liverpool. 3-1.
Yeah, it'll be the same story, the same way that Tottenham set up. I think I've said against Chelsea as well. It's pretty interesting. I think the best way to set up against them is match the formation, and their formation is 3-2-5 or 5-2-3. So I think that's probably the best way to set up against Liverpool. Tottenham, Brentford, Inter.
Do you think they will though?
Yeah. In both the games at Stamford Bridge and at Anfield, particularly Anfield, I thought they dealt with Liverpool pretty well. And also the second half at Stamford Bridge where they kind of really neutralize and shut down Liverpool's wingers. I know Salah and Mane scored at the bridge, but in that second half, I thought Chelsea kind of kept them at bay, which has always kind of been the case these past couple of seasons with that 3-2-5 setup. Is it 3-5-5?
But do you think Liverpool will set up that way?
Huh?
Do you think Liverpool will set up the same way, or Liverpool gonna play Liverpool and that's it?
It'll be like just a classic 4-3-3, but it all depends on how Chelsea neutralize Liverpool's wingers because this past season with Rudiger and Salah, like Salah hasn't been able to get anything out of Tony or Rudiger, which is, I think the best way to defend against Salah is just be aggressive and touch tight with him. If you're aggressive and touch tight, you'll probably lock him down. But if you give him space and let him run at you and let him stand you up, it's a long day. But
Rudiger's been questionable too lately, and a lot could be the fact that he already has a deal done to go to Real Madrid already. So mentally, maybe he's not even there because defensively they've been looking pretty weak, and Rudiger is a big part of that defense. But how do you guys see the game going? Where do you see it swaying?
I think Liverpool still win, but in extra time.
Extra time, okay.
Yeah, it's gonna be 2-2 going 2-2 regulation, and then 3-2 extra time.
Who scores the winning goal?
Mane.
He had a great goal, by the way. That Luis Diaz like fucking.
That's a hard goal to score.
That shit was no spin. Perfectly headed.
Didn't get to see the highlights.
It was good. It was good.
Yeah, I think Liverpool is just gonna. I wouldn't say run train, but I think they will get the best of Chelsea. I think they were just play possession. Chelsea's probably gonna just be chasing and all that kind of stuff. But I see 2-0 to Liverpool.
2-0.
Yeah, 2-0.
All right. Well, look, that would be the first piece of silverware for the season. There's Champions League at the end of the month.
You said first?
Oh wait, no, second. Carabao already finished, right?
Yeah.
I forgot about the Carabao.
They won Carabao Cup in the shootout.
I forgot about that.
Fake trophy.
Damn, that's disrespect. My bad.
It's a wine. It's a wine glass. That's what it is. It's a wine cup.
But give me second piece of silverware for Liverpool. First piece of silverware for Chelsea. Chelsea. Let's quickly mention Watford and Everton 0-0, 1 point going each way. Is this a bad result? I mean, it is a bad result for Everton, but would you be worried for them to get relegated now that Leeds lost again?
Let's
see where they are on the table.
No, they're still worried.
So
they're definitely still a worry, but the way unless Leeds change something ASAP and stop getting all these red cards, it's definitely more so in their favor. I mean, yeah, that as long as they didn't lose, they're in a good position. But I mean, it's still only 2 points.
All they got to do realistically is just tie the next game, and they should be safe because Leeds have a game in hand. I'm sorry, Leeds played a game extra.
Everton have 3 games left, right?
Yeah, home to Brentford, home to Crystal Palace, and then away at Arsenal.
Yeah, and then Leeds have I think 2 games left.
But Burnley's also there.
Burnley's there.
Burnley are away at Spurs this Sunday, and then they are away at Villa, and then they're home to Newcastle. So Burnley doesn't have it easy.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's a fight between the 3 of them.
Yeah, and so it's the vibe. Relegation battle still alive. Liverpool when you guys won that game, were you guys in the driving seat for a minute? Yeah, right? Yeah, you were in the driving seat.
No, they were still a second. Because on goal difference.
Oh, wow! I didn't realize that. Yeah.
These next couple games could be fun to watch for Liverpool because
you gotta kill everybody.
It's quite possible that I know you mentioned it once before. It could very well come down to goal difference. And right now, City's 7
ahead.
7 ahead right now. So these last 2 games for Liverpool, it might be fun to watch.
Well, Liverpool did help that goal differential a lot today with the 5-1 over Wolves. Did anybody here say Wolves was gonna win?
I did.
You did?
I did. I thought Wolves will, bring some kind of game like how they did against Chelsea.
Yeah.
And, I was just looking for some kind of drama.
Yeah.
So,
It almost felt that way because they did equalize.
Oh yeah.
yeah, but then Kevin De Bruyne, he
Almost.
Kevin De Bruyne was on a different level today.
He always is, man.
He's in a class of
Which
his
is
own.
why I look back at that Champions League and I look at that again, him coming off. Maybe that was a catalyst to everything unfolding. But I digress. Man City back in first place with 3 points on Liverpool, 7 goals in their favor. And the last game of the week, well, not the week, but of this game week, supposedly, isn't it? Or no?
Yeah.
The North London Derby. I haven't felt this much anxiety, this much pressure for this game in a long time. It always felt like a derby, but I never felt like there was something to play for. And yeah, I know it's 4th place. Yeah, get off your fucking high horses, everybody. But let's be real. This is
It's not just 4th place; it's Champions League.
But that's what I mean.
No, I know, but I'm saying like in just numbers, like it sounds better when you say it's for Champions League.
Okay. Oh yeah. I mean, Europa League is still better. Just in case we call it that.
Just in
Just get myself in that cushion. I'm just kidding. But it's big, man. This is a huge game, bro. And yesterday we spoke briefly about the game, how we thought it was gonna go, and I told you I felt like we could squeeze it out. I tossed and turned like, damn, can we? Because I look at the way you guys played recently as well against Liverpool, and it just gets me nervous, man. But I kind of want to hear what Gat and Nick have to say.
Okay.
Have them give us their opinion, their view on the game, on what the outcome would be. And then from there, I think I'll have more of an educated guess. And yeah, unless you want to go first, up to you.
No. They could go on ahead.
All right, so yeah,
This could very well be one of the games of the season, just because of everything that's building up to it. I think just for the drama, I think I would want Spurs to win just to keep it that much tighter. I don't think
who we want to win for the drama piece of shit.
No, I'm just giving you my thoughts. I don't think that's gonna happen.
Well, you put it in the universe. You put that out.
I don't think it's gonna happen. But this is winner take all. It's gonna be winner takes all. However,
obviously, it's winner takes all, guy. That's why I'm so nervous. There's so much fighting on this game.
Yo,
I need you to convince me who's gonna win.
2-2.
That's not.
Yo,
I don't think anyone's gonna win.
That's actually.
I don't think anyone's gonna win.
That helps you.
Not bad result.
That helps you by a lot.
You say 2-2?
Tottenham win. Arsenal away at St. James Park on a Monday night. Sign now. I think at this game, I think it more depends on Arsenal because I think if they allow it to not become a transitional game, I think it hugely puts them in the driving seat. If they do become a transitional game, it's over. It's over. I don't remember the last derby at Emirates. I think Arsenal were up like 3-0.
Yeah, we started off hot, but then Spurs got into the game.
Drawn the game.
They got into it. Yeah,
game is like a pretty good chance, but
yeah.
I think Arsenal's way of trying to break down Tottenham is, I think it would muchly depend on their center backs and whether they can build up correctly. Because I bring this back to the Liverpool game. I think if Matip would have started instead of Konate, I think with Matip's elite like ball playing ability and like his line breaking passes and his carrying of the ball, I think it definitely could have helped in breaking down Tottenham's low block. And I think with the likes of Ben White, he's pretty elite on the ball as well. I think those two center backs, along with Gabriel, who he isn't to the level of Ben White. He probably isn't the best of ball playing center backs, but I think those two, and particularly one of the fullbacks, whether it be who's starting left back.
I'm thinking it's gonna be Tomiyasu on the right to neutralize Son, and I think it's gonna be Cedric on the left to try to
Kulusevski.
Because honestly I prefer Cedric over Nuno to defend, 100%. And Cedric has had decent performances. Not saying he's had the best ones, but he's held his own. I'll leave it at that. He's held his own. But yeah.
Yeah, so I think those two center backs of Ben White, Gabriel is going to be absolutely key. Not to just defending the game, but also trying to score a goal, because Ben White trying to progress the ball and trying to play these line-breaking passes that other center backs do, I think it'll be key. Because once Tottenham get in that low block and very compact and try to match their width and have those, try Kane dropping in deep and Son making those runs out in front, it's a long game. So definitely breaking down Tottenham's low block, which I wouldn't say is definitely the best in the league or in the world, but it's also Antonio Conte's bread and butter with that. So I think as long as Arsenal don't make it a transitional game, I think they'll be fine. And if obviously if they don't lose their heads, like for example, if Nuno Tavares starts against like Kulusevski, Kulusevski does like a step over and gets bypassed him, and then he slots it in for Kane for a cutback, it's long. So I think Arsenal's fullbacks will actually have a key.
But is Ben White available for tomorrow?
Yeah, so I think that's playing mind games right now.
That's what I heard.
Because he says Saka and Ben White are questionable for tomorrow.
Yeah,
I think it's 100% mind games. I think he's in the just to kind of catch you guys off guard. I'm pretty sure of it.
Well,
honestly.
he can't fool Conte.
It isn't. That's why my prediction is that he's just trying to play mind games.
Okay.
So I think Ben White is going to start. Honestly, dude, what I could see happening, another thing that could potentially happen, is that we keep Gabriel and holding Ben White at left back or right back, and Tomiyasu on the other end. That's another potential lineup that I also saw. I just don't know how Ben White would deal with against Son. I'd be a little nervous to see that. I feel more confident with Tomiyasu there, to be honest with you. But that's another potential defensive lineup. But
yeah, and then I'm assuming the Arsenal midfield three would be Xhaka. Party's injured, right?
Yeah, Party. Yeah, he's not playing for sure. So Xhaka, El Neni, and Odegaard most likely.
Okay, it's kind of similar. El Neni, I think he'll be key as well. He likes to perform in big games, for sure. I think United away last season, United at home this season, and Chelsea away this season as well. I think Elneny will also be pretty key. But yeah, for Tottenham, it's kind of be Son, Kane go brr. So I think that's pretty much it. But I think if you told me who will outscore each other, I think it'll be Tottenham. But I think it's much more of a control of the game kind of situation, which is you guess it's kind of the opposite, because this is like a North London derby. It's away at Tottenham, so you kind of throw tactics out the window and really show who has a better mentality out of the two teams. It's one of those games where, like I just said, fuck the tactics. Like a Champions League semifinal knockout tie, just push aside the tactics. Who has better intangibles and who can actually play harder / better than you? So yeah,
it's gonna be a mental game. So I kind of want to know what you think. How if you're Spurs, how do you go into this? Do you go into this reserved, waiting for your chance to counter, or do you go into this full force because realistically, a win is what you need? A draw still benefits Arsenal, because if it's a draw, all Arsenal need is one win. That's it. If it's a loss, that's a different thing. That's a different story. Arsenal have to win the last two games that we have of the season. So with those outcomes, what do you think Spurs? How do you think Conte is going to line up, and how do you think he's going to approach the game?
Well, I think he's going to go with the same starting lineup that he did against. Who did we just play? I forget.
Liverpool.
That last game. It felt like they played like 5 times already, but
I feel like he's going to go with that same lineup. Young on the left side. But to answer your question, I wouldn't want to be reserved in this game at all at any point, because after seeing Arsenal with the high press against Leeds and kind of like, because that goal that Nketiah had, they just high pressed, and that's how they were able to come out with those goals. So I know the back line really likes to, on a goal kick, they really like to play the short balls, which really gets me nervous every single time. But this time is much more nerve wracking because it's Arsenal, and it's do or die game. But I will want to go for the first, I'll say,
Bless you.
10 to 15 minutes, go in hard, give the press, show Arsenal some pressure, let them know that we're here to play.
Yeah.
Fourth place is ours, but I wouldn't want to play conservative at all. I wouldn't want to play reserved, especially with the likes of of Dyer in the back. I mean, he's been doing somewhat like pretty good lately. Davies has definitely stepped up his game, but I need to see more. Romero has been the best defender. Is the back line still gets me nervous a little bit. The midfield definitely has gotten a little bit better, but still needs more. The attacking, it's always been really good by them, but yeah, I'm nervous just talking about it.
I know, man. I'm just the
So gotta win this game to keep the pressure on, because then we got Burnley and we should win that too.
Relegation battle burned, yeah.
Yeah.
I share those nerves with you, my good friend. I don't know how I'm gonna be able to sit throughout this game, to be honest with you, but so I kind of want to talk about the game, how I think we're gonna approach it. I think it's gonna be a combination of what you said and of what Nick said, how it's gonna fall heavily on our center backs being able to build out. I think Spurs are gonna come out very attacking. What I'm anticipating Arsenal's gonna do is concede that pressure, build up from the back, and find their moments to explode, to hit the corners. Most likely going to be to the legs of Odegaard. Odegaard, just like anybody else, of course, he's going to be the one that's going to unlock Spurs for us. It has to be him because, like I said, Bentancur more than the Xhaka. I think that matchup right there, I think it might favor Bentancur more. Just give me the pace of the game. I still think Xhaka could have a great performance here, but you guys are at home. I'm going to count that factor in. And then Nick said it, performs big games. He's been looking really solid for us, so I'm not too worried about him. He's you know his football. It's safe. It's not you may get that one or two break the lines pass over the top or something like that, but it's usually to the sides, pass it back, control the game, slow down the game, keep possession of the game of the ball. So all the guys going to be the one that's going to have to be to unlock your defense, and Kedja's going to have a very, very, very busy time just keeping your center backs occupied, especially Romero, who's been really solid defender for you guys.
Yeah.
So I'm really nervous. I'm really curious to see how we line up defensively. I think that's going to be our telltale.
It's going to be the same way for Spurs. I feel like this is going to be a battle of not just attacking, but more on the defense between both teams.
Who can see the most pressure at this point?
Yeah.
Because again, because like depending how we line up defensively, I'm gonna feel a lot more confident. If you tell me Ben White and Tomiyasu are playing, I feel and holding that back four, I'd actually feel pretty defensively solid with that. I think Holding can actually maybe not playing at the back, but able to keep the ball out 100%. Which I don't know if that'll suit this game, to be honest with you, but I digress. I just don't know how we're gonna line up defensively, and that scares me. If Nuno's there and Cedric, which he most likely will be, those two are gonna be.
That's your weak side.
That's our weakest point.
The left back.
That's our weak link, and that's where it's gonna be all attack. So I'm really curious to see if Xhaka is gonna be as attackive as he has been lately, or if he's gonna sit back and protect Cedric or Nuno, whoever's back there. Mm-hmm. Same thing with Martinelli. If you look at Martinelli when Nuno was playing, he didn't really have that much of a good game offensively because he was doing most of his work off the ball, tracking back, covering defenders, covering runners, because he's covering for Nuno. When Tomiyasu came in, Martinelli was our man of the match. He was running at alien, and he couldn't control himself. He had to get his end off the field. So you see that with Nuno, and I think you may see that with Cedric too, that there's probably going to be more support on the defensive end, and I don't want that to take away from what we have going forward. So I'm again defensively, I'm really curious to see how we're gonna line up. I'm really nervous to see how we're gonna line up. I think given the whole roller coaster of the season, the whole documentary coming out, the vibes of the fans, the vibes of the players, the vibes of the coach, the extension that Arteta got, I think we're in a harmonious place where this could be a big and historic win for these young Arsenal players. So I'm gonna give it to Arsenal, 2-1.
I'm gonna give it to Spurs, 3-1.
I think the Arsenal way for Champions League goes on a little longer. Not for the season, but I think I'm gonna give it a 2-2 draw.
2-2 draw.
2-2.
That's fair.
I said 2-2 already.
Oh, you did it too. Yeah, that's right.
Oh.
So, look, man, that's tomorrow afternoon.
I'm gonna
2:45.
fucking miss it, dude.
I'm debating if I want to watch it with Dimmy at Darby Road, or if I just want to watch it here because
Don't watch it at Darby Road.
yeah, I'm thinking I feel like Darby Road
that's
never works
crazy.
out for me.
That's crazy.
Well, we talked about it too, but I feel like
That's
Darby never works out. Like I feel like every time I go there, it's like something bad happens.
It's like you're watching with food
So
and
didn't
beer
he
in
come
your
over?
hand. Like,
Huh?
So Dimmy to just come over. We'll watch it here.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it. I just don't know if I need to be alone for this because trust me, I get pretty bad sometimes, bro. Like I start cursing at the TV. Like I go a little apeshit sometimes.
yeah, all due respect to Darby Road, but if someone invited me to watch Liverpool versus Real Madrid Champions League final at Darby Road, all due respect, I will not go.
I told you we're gonna watch the my place. We're gonna play some tech ball, have some burgers grilling.
Oh, I don't know if I'm gonna watch it at your place.
You can watch it alone.
I'm gonna watch it.
He's in the same mindset
When-
as you. He kind of wants to be
Nah,
alone
I
and
feel
just
you.
just take it all in.
Bro, when Vinny goes past Trent or someone and he cuts it back for Benzema in the 7th minute, I do not want to be there, bro. All due respect.
You have to, bro.
No,
you have to be there. Listen,
No.
if I tell you how Aguero was when Real Madrid and Liverpool had that final, we were in Costa Rica watching that game together. And when Liverpool scored first that game,
They did.
and
No, they didn't.
huh?
No, they didn't.
Oh, they took the lead, didn't they?
No, it was Benzema carry us where he threw it right to him.
Yeah.
And
Benzema
then in the
scored.
second half, Mane scored off a Lovren header.
Yeah.
Was it 2-1?
So it was 1-1 when Mane scored.
It was 1-1 at the half.
and then Real Madrid won the game after that.
Yeah, and then it was
okay.
it was the Bale shot from outside.
Okay,
to
yeah,
carry
yeah.
us, and then the Bale bicycle kick.
Gotcha. Yeah. So okay. So the first goal, I didn't celebrate it as much because I know how Aguero is. I mean, me and Mark were like, yeah, vamos, Madrid. But when Liverpool scored, bro, because I'm trying to recall this game, but I felt like Liverpool were kind of like had the upper hand for a bit until the whole Salah
Yeah,
situation.
before Salah got injured, Liverpool actually playing pretty well.
Yeah, so it was swinging that way, and then Mane got the goal, and then Aguero was like, boom, in our face. And you know how Aguero is, especially with Real Madrid. He hates Real Madrid, so it was like that. It was like that extra, he wasn't throwing wood to the fire. He was pouring gasoline, jet fuel to the fire, bro. He was going in, and then everything else unfolded.
Oh, my bad. It was 0-0 at the half.
Oh, it was 0-0 at the half?
Yeah.
Who scored the first goal?
It was Benzema.
Benzema. and then
okay,
and then
Mane?
Mane tied it 4 minutes later.
Okay. So, and then everything else unfolded. The Bale goal, like you said, the bicycle kick, and me and Marco we were pretty unbearable. I will say that.
The famous picture.
To the, I'm not gonna say it on recording, but there was some blood, sweat, and tears, definitely that day. But
More tears.
yeah, he that's wanted to fight me, bro. Agar, I know you probably listening to this right now, and you know it's true. He wanted to fight me, dude. Like he really wanted to fight me. Like it was that bad because we were talking so much shit.
You probably saw
I
Carrie's
was being
face on your
humble.
face.
I was being humble. Like I was like, I hate when they do it to me. So I was like, you know what? Let me not do it to anybody. I'm gonna stay quiet. I always stay quiet, especially when in a big matchup.
Yeah.
If we're watching it tomorrow together, for example, which I know we aren't, but if we do watch it, and let's say Arsenal are fucking 3-0 up at the first half, I'm not gonna be like in your face. I'm gonna be like, all right, I'm gonna keep watching the game. At the end of the game, all right, maybe it's a different story, but during the game, I'm gonna keep my mouth shut because look at Man City and Real Madrid. You don't fucking know about this game. What can happen in a matter of a minute. So That's a PSA for anybody out there. Don't count your chickens until they're all hatched. All right,
Johnny, no.
dude, you have to watch you go to YouTube, put in Real Madrid versus Man City comeback reaction videos.
Oh, those are the best.
Dude, it is the best. It's a whole sequence of videos of Man City fans and a whole sequence of videos of Barcelona fans.
I just needed to watch Aguero, and that was it.
Oh, the Aguero one was great.
Yeah. So that's what comments was like. Carlos Tevez is acting like he cares.
Yeah.
That was just different for the shit. Man's such a ching there, but
but I'm not sure if I can watch it here, man. Nah, man.
Dude, you had
bro. Juan is gonna be here, bro.
Well, I don't know if he's gonna be here, but
who?
My uncle, he's a Madrid fan. So, but look, Nick. That's what this sport is about. It's about sharing the highs and the lows with your teammates and those that also enjoy the beautiful sport. And look, if you're here, I won't be rubbing in your face. I won't be rubbing in your face.
He won't. Others maybe.
Yeah, I can just imagine.
Loophole, fine print.
All the United fans gonna be going for Real Madrid, so.
What do United have to talk about? First of all, they're not even in Champions League anymore.
Bro,
yeah, that made no sense.
Hala Forza United, bro.
Well, look, man, I think we should end it there. Today was a nice short episode, right? I think.
We have predictions for the weekend.
Oh yeah, this is the weekend, right? There's more games this weekend. I guess Gab wants to keep talking, so we'll keep talking.
Well, it's Wednesday. Wednesday's our predictions episode.
Let's get the games pulled up that are happening on Sunday. So, first game happening Sunday morning, fresh after our North London derby. Spurs at home again to Burnley. Relegation battle, Burnley.
It has to be Spurs. They always do well at home against Burnley. I'm always like reminiscing about Son's great run for his Puskas Award. But I'm gonna give it to Spurs 4-0.
Okay.
What was the reverse fixture?
Burnley won 1-0, I think, at
1-0
Turf Moor.
Okay.
4-0 Tottenham.
I'm gonna go 1-1. Spurs are gonna be tired, man. It's a Northern Derby, and then they got Burnley, who are fighting relegation, so they're gonna be at it. All right. Don't count your chickens. Don't count 4 chickens yet.
So wait, what was it they said?
1-1. Nah. West Ham, Man City. This could be the.
This is it.
This is it. Oh, this is it.
This is it.
That's pretty much it. If
What's
they
the
win,
last
it's
game?
over. It's Villa at home.
I wouldn't count that one.
This is it. No, because if they win, I think it's over.
Oh, because the goal. They can. Yeah, even if they do it to the last
so they
one,
have
goal
to draw
difference.
or lose this game.
All right, this is it. This will either make it or break it. We'll Pep miss out on another piece of silverware this season.
I'm gonna go with the draw. 1-1. I think it's gonna be held. I think West Ham has a lot of
Anger.
Not anger, just more like they need to get back into the rhythm of trying to get the Europa League spot, because they're still fighting with that against United.
Yes, they are.
So, yeah, I'm gonna go with the 1-1 draw.
1-1 draw. Damn. All right.
Why'd you look at me like that?
Because that's not happening.
So what's happening?
3-1 City.
3-1 City. Nick, are you giving the title to Man City this weekend? You can't say that Man City win. You can't say that.
With this City thing, they haven't even been able to give me hope. Like, they've been scoring first, like in the fucking first 8 minutes. Like, at least give me hope for one half.
The pressure's on, and we can see what happens when the pressure's on.
Just give me hope for one half. Like, fucking De Bruyne scored in the 7th minute, and then last week Newcastle Sterling scored like in the 5th minute.
The way they bowed out of Champions League. Since then, they responded with 9 goals.
When Liverpool won at Newcastle away 1-0, I think Liverpool were ahead on goal difference, but like 4 or 5 or something. They fucking turned that into 9. That's crazy. But Mark Noble's last game, blowing bubbles. West Ham, they kind of have to win these last 2 games to get into European places. So 1-1. I just want to have hope. Like if City win on the last day, whatever, just give me hope for 1 week. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Let's give me hope.
I'm actually gonna second what Josue and Nick are saying here, and not because that's what I really think is gonna happen, more because that's what I want to see happen. But I mean, look, West Ham did get knocked out. There's a lot of things said by Declan Rice, and there's gonna be some passion out on that pitch that on Sunday afternoon.
We'll see what happens with Antonio though, because apparently he's injured. He's probably not going to play.
Antonio's he's supposedly injured all season,
Well,
like
yeah,
for
no,
so
but
They
many
saved him for
games.
Europa, and then he's injured again.
And then what happens?
But he might not be there though, so that's one less thing.
Then what happens?
be
People
okay.
take him out of fantasy, and then all of a sudden he's on a fucking field starting.
Who's
11.
the one that's been carrying that team is Bowen.
Bone, yes.
But no, yeah, I think West Ham, man, they're at home. They have something there's still something to play for in them, and I think if they win the last two games, they're over United because they have a game in hand over United.
They do.
So I don't know the points right now, but
So United is in 6 with 58, goal differential +1. West Ham in 7 with 55, goal differential +11.
oh yeah, so if West Ham win the last two games, then
They're pretty much
They're in.
set. Yeah.
United are gonna be.
United are not gonna.
Yeah,
Wait.
because even if we win the last game, then there's no way we're going to overcome that goal difference.
What do you guys play? Palace at home?
No, we go to Palace.
Oh, God.
So wait, what? Europa is again 5 and 5,
and
right?
6.
5 and 6.
I think
So it is
6,
2 spots then.
6 is Europa qualifying, if I'm not mistaken. 5 is direct.
And then
5
6
is direct.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right. And then 7th is
If you fail to qualify for
Gotcha.
Europa League, then you automatically go to the Conference
Wait,
League.
so what's 8th?
8th is nothing.
Eighth
8th is see you
Oh,
next,
I always
see you
thought
next
8th
season and try again.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
So you're agreeing 1-1 too, then, right?
Yeah. Yes, I agree with that result. And then we have any other games in the weekend? How are we doing? Sorry, I had to go back and reopen the game. Here we go.
Arsenal play a game before we record again.
On Monday, you're right. I we have to go to Monday. So we'll do quickly, Everton and Brentford. Everton, who still gotta get those points to get out of relegation.
Brentford has been doing pretty well, but I don't know. Everton are not getting those goals that they need. They just like today. I'm going with another draw for Everton, and I'm gonna say 1-1 draw.
1-1. Okay.
This is at Goodison Park, right? If I'm
Yeah.
not mistaken.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is going to be a good game, but I think Brentford have been showing us all season what they're about, and I think that's going to keep going.
Okay.
2-1 Brentford.
All right.
1-1.
I'm going 2-1 to Everton.
You have agreed with me with everything right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm surprised.
And then to end our predictions, Monday, which is the next time we record.
Should we even predict this?
They're not gonna hear it until. So we kind of just for the predictatron.
Yeah, we have. Yeah,
Newcastle at home versus Arsenal. That's like a bananas peel kind of game right there to me.
I don't like Monday night games.
Mm-hmm.
They always come out to be a draw, just like how Nick said. Right? That's what you said, right?
For what?
Monday night games, they usually a draw.
Yeah, I don't like Monday night games, especially for big teams.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go with Nick, and I'm gonna just say 2-2.
All right, so if Tottenham win North London Derby, right, that puts them 1 point behind Arsenal.
By 1 point,
If
they'll be
Tottenham
behind.
win, Arsenal have to win the last 2 games. Have to.
So then if they draw away at Newcastle, that put them 2
That's it.
points, and then Tottenham, if they won against Burnley, that's a point ahead.
assuming they are.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit. Damn.
Yeah. It's crazy
It's
right
tough.
And you guys play Everton. And I think that would be easy, but Newcastle away, that's it right there. I think that's it.
now. That's when we fuck it up.
No, I think that's where either you guys determine you fuck it up or you clinch it.
Okay.
Which it's gonna be a tough game. I don't know. Newcastle away. Just,
I know. That's to
Monday
me the
night.
banana slip kind of game. It's a banana peel right there.
it's. I'm pretty sure it's Newcastle's last home game of the season, and even though they're not really playing for anything, they're still having fun out there. They're trying to. There's still players that are trying to fight for next season.
Well, they got spanked by City, didn't they?
5-0.
Yeah. So that's
but
the
there's-
last result.
There's still they still have players that are trying to fight for their spots next season.
I mean, half of them gonna be gone.
Maybe
Unless
not.
they buy the fucking half of the world, but yeah.
But so it's gonna be a tough game. I'm actually going to agree with Josue and say 2-2.
Uno.
You guys are just like fucking. You guys just want Arsenal to fail. That's
top
that.
four.
Everybody listening and watching.
Okay.
#agenda. #agenda. I hope you see this, right? No, we choke against Spurs after this plays, and now we choke against Newcastle. You see, no credit where it's due for the man himself. We've got Super Big Arteta. He knows exactly what we need. I better go Arsenal 3-1.
Well, I'll be honest with you. I'd rather see Chelsea lose the last 2 games,
Yeah, but no.
Tottenham beat Arsenal, and then Arsenal win the rest. So both Arsenal and Tottenham can.
And Chelsea get knocked out.
Yes.
It was just a possibility. It's a possibility, but don't try to make me feel better by giving me those.
I'm not trying to
ridiculous
make you feel better.
predictions.
I'll be honest with you. As much as I don't like Arsenal, I despise Chelsea. I
Tries
don't
to
like
make you
them.
feel better while still slipping it in there that
Yeah.
Spurs are still going to get third.
It's like a backhanded compliment.
I didn't say Spurs would get third.
But the way
I
you
said-
just described it, yeah.
No,
Well, look.
Chelsea just dropping to 5th.
I can't stand to look at you anymore because tomorrow's a big day,
Well, you're looking at me now.
and I just want to get you the hell out of here. So
Okay, fine. I'll turn. Let me turn off the mic.
I think we're gonna end it there, guys. Okay. Do you guys have anything else you guys want to kind of go over? You mentioned Inter won the Super.
Copa Italia
in extra time.
in extra
yeah.
time. They were 2-2 going into extra time, and they won 4-2.
It was a Perisic, right? Scored a double in extra time.
So
Shame on
Juventus,
Shame on Vlahovic.
There you go.
He chose
That's-
Allegri's Juventus over a pretty promising project.
Well, let me not count my chickens yet. Still big game tomorrow. But yes, that's it. Anything else?
That's pretty much it. Atletico Madrid secured a Champions League spot. So
Pretty
Yeah.
disappointing for them.
That's I think. Oh well,
Yeah,
look,
the fact that it wasn't
we
clinched
didn't.
by now.
I didn't mention in the beginning, and Man City think they found a replacement for Aguero. I mean, this guy named Erling Haaland. I don't know.
where's he from?
I don't know.
Was he the guy that scored 9 goals against Honduras?
I mean, that's you told me.
He did.
Yeah, I think that was him.
Yeah.
Next,
Like U19 or some shit.
next season, we're going to be watching games at the Holland Stadium.
I kind of don't even want to talk about this anymore.
Wait, what did you just say?
The
At the
Etihad.
Holland Stadium.
Oh, a la verga.
Holland's gonna take them from first to first.
I saw that
Yeah,
on Twitter. that shit
seriously,
was
man.
hilarious.
Like
They've scored the most goals out of anyone in the league. So
what doesn't it lose its value at some point? Like what they're doing here, doesn't it lose its like its enjoyment?
probably not for City fans. Like if you were to ask me, Liverpool were like this, I'd fucking accept every like. Imagine
Of
Bayern
course,
Munich.
but I mean like, the league. Like, come on, they gotta
yeah, I think it's everyone else's eyes.
step in at some point, man. It's just not. It's just too much.
How much are they buying for?
They're reactivating
Pretty
his
cheap.
release. His release clause for
His
65.
release clause is nothing, which is that I think is Borussia's fault. But if I'm not mistaken, Haaland, what's his name? Who the guy who passed away recently? Mino Raiola actually negotiated that into his contract. So credit to him for
Yeah.
getting things so low for him. But his personal demands are just ridiculous. But it doesn't even matter. It's just like Man City as a whole, like the way they spend money.
I mean,
It's
let's
just-
just hope Newcastle United doesn't do the same.
What? Of course they're gonna do the same. They're going to do even
No,
worse.
For like for big players like that.
Of course they can't do it yet because they're
See-
still fighting for
see,
champions.
Okay, see, out of respect for Liverpool,
I respect Liverpool the way
they
did it.
went for players that have talent, but not on like make the fucking world go
That's
bankrupt
what I'm
and shit.
saying. That's what I'm saying.
I think City also went for players who are talented.
Yeah, but they also
But
splashed
big money players.
big money. It's not like they.
nah.
Like look where these players from Liverpool came from. Mane, a lot of them from Southampton. Salah from Italy. Who was he on? Roma, and like
I'm trying to think. Besides Foden, who else is from like their academy?
Probably no. But I mean,
Don't know.
I love Liverpool, but like to be honest, like Trent is also only from Liverpool's academy as well.
But that's not. No, the
Right.
point is that Liverpool
They
don't-
use their
they don't
academy
buy
players.
stars, as Arsene Wenger once said. We don't buy stars here. We make stars, and that's what when you look at Liverpool, that's what I kind of see.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course, there's gonna be big signings in Van Dijk and Alisson, but that's every club's got to do that at some point. You gotta spend money. That's the reality of the game. That's the truth. I agree with that 100%. The game is a capitalistic game. That's what it is. But at some point, it's just gonna eat itself, and that's what I feel like Man City's doing. Like you just said, they're scoring the most goals. They got first place. They choke in Champions League, but So they just throw money at the palm and then they can't fight for it again.
They're just getting the one player that they think they need for Champions
You know
League,
what it is, and at the
not
end
for
of
the
the day,
league.
we sound like salty fans because our teams aren't doing that, which I also agree with. I am salty. I'm not denying that, 100%. But still, fuck you because you guys can't win Champions League after spending so much fucking money. So, who jokes on who?
I think my whole take on this City thing is I think where the buying from players from like etc. I think they have like Ederson for example, other players Aguero, Raheem Sterling, Kevin De Bruyne from Wolfsburg. I think there's also a lot of examples where they signed players who weren't really world beaters, like Haaland or like Jack Grealish wasn't a world beater, but he was a very renowned English kind of star. I think where my stance is like on the whole net spend thing, like for example, if Kyle Walker doesn't work out, which he did work out, they would have spent another 40 or 50 million on a fullback. That's where my kind of stance is. I don't mind City going out. Well, I mind so I mind City going out and spending like for example, this fullback doesn't work out, they spend another 50 million on another one. But I don't mind where yeah, right, exactly. Like they recruited very well, but my whole take is that like they do spend a lot of money, and that whole net spend thing was where they don't have to sell players in order to buy players. They can just like if Rodri wouldn't worked out, they could have signed another one. Gundogan's gonna leave. They're gonna spend 60 million on Frankie De Jong. So I think that's kind of my stance.
Hence the reason why they've gotten it in FFP a couple times. But I mean, they can just buy the way. We all know that's a fucking joke. It just bothers me that because of teams like Man City, teams like United at times as well, teams not gonna be like Newcastle, Chelsea, well, what maybe was Chelsea, PSG, because they have so much money, they already what?
I just got coverage. I'm gonna watch the North London Derby. Yes.
Wanna watch it together?
No. Okay. You say you can't. You don't want to see me.
I'll watch it with you.
It's in recording. You say you don't want to see me anymore.
Take it back. We'll redact that. But what my point was with these big money teams that just try to buy their trophy is that it eliminates the probability of other teams acquiring better players, making them better teams, making better
the
competition
integrity of the league.
Yeah, so that it's a domino effect to me, and that's why it really bothers me when I see Haaland going there because, although Borussia have been horrendous this season, let's be honest, and Haaland like been a part of that, but I think he's gonna be a world great. It sucks that he won't be going to like another team and giving them, aspirations for Champions League football. Although Man City are a team with Champions League aspirations at the end of the day, I guess you could say. So maybe it's just us being salty. Who knows?
Yeah. Well, again, like the whole take is like if you compare City's depth compared to any other team in world football, it's absolutely miles better. Which I think it kind of serves where City they can spend without having to sell players.
Mm-hmm.
And same thing with Everton. They just haven't recruited well. I think since 2017, Liverpool, Everton have had I think Everton has spent like 300 something million in net spend. I think Liverpool have spent like it's something bullshit like that. But Everton have actually spent more. They've spent more on players and sold money less on players than Liverpool. So it kind of just shows everything. So it's really just City's depth and all that. They can just buy players without really, you know what I mean? So
I guess the only question I have now is that with Haaland coming to Man City and to the Premier League, will he be able to get the goal tally like Salah, Kane, Heung-min Son, and all the other strikers? Will Lukaku finally find his way as a striker and outperform Haaland as at Man City?
Healthy Haaland. And not even giving him the credit, just giving the players around him and the teams the credit. I think he's in the bag at least minimum 20 goals.
Yeah, it's just it's not going to be like you're saying. Not so much on Haaland. It's just the people around him.
He's just got to stand there.
The way exactly the way
so
they
tall.
create and just if you see some of the goals that he gets at Borussia, just the service he gets from some of the players around him, he's going to get that tenfold.
Yeah,
at City, just it's going to be nuts.
Yeah.
So and then throwing his gameplay on top of that.
This sounds ridiculous, but I think Haaland isn't going to be more of a league edition to help them win the league, or I think it's more of a European edition where
100%.
it kind of stands
That's
out.
where I agree.
100%.
It's more of like I like Aguero, and his Champions League stats is very good, but Erling Haaland has more Champions League goals than Ronaldo Nazario. So at his age, so I think the Erling Haaland edition was more of a kind of set you apart from the other clubs in Europe and not really set you apart in the league or whatever.
Yeah, the Leeds. I mean, they're in first place again. What they do, like you said, they've gone from first to first. Yay! It's like whatever.
I think the only thing, the first to first, it'll just be harder for other teams to get that first place, but they'll still go first to first.
Like, and with the addition of the striker, I mean, like what we said, Man City doesn't seem like they really need a striker because look at these goal scorers. Their leading goal scorer is Kevin De Bruyne with 15. He had 4 more today, and their second is Raheem Sterling with 13, and then Riyad Mahrez with 11. So that just shows that how long he will still have competition from his teammates to actually get those goals. I mean, Kevin De Bruyne would definitely provide him with the chances.
Dude, he's gonna fucking eat those up.
But I wouldn't be surprised if Kevin De Bruyne will actually outscore Haaland or even Mahrez if he's still at Man City or Sterling.
Any defensive team now that Haaland's there, and that look even with Jesus, Sterling, and all them, but now that Haaland's there, like before, if you're maybe Liverpool or like a strong defensive team, you look at that team, you're like, all right, I gotta focus on Mahrez and Kevin De Bruyne. These other guys, never sleep on them, but like you know what their strengths and the weaknesses are. Now you throw Haaland into that mixture, whereas like shit, now I gotta worry about him. It's maybe he won't get as many goals, but because he's drawing more attention. But once he draws more attention, doesn't it leave openings for other players to score more opportunities? It's a win-win for them. I mean, Man City just fucking bagged. They just got, I think, either semifinals or finals for Champions League right now.
Yeah,
that's it.
And I said Haaland would flop, but he won't make them he won't make them worse.
Yeah, no. There's no way he makes them worse. Yeah. It's only going to be better. How much better? That's what we have to find out.
Yeah.
So
like Jack Grealish, he doesn't make City worse. He just doesn't do anything. So
yeah. It's a plateau.
Right.
Yeah.
So will that plateau continue? Or will that plateau have a little spike? Hopefully downwards, but I doubt that.
What would be City's? Oh, they'll probably sell Gabriel Jesus to Arsenal. But let's say he stays, right? Which I highly doubt he will. So it'd be what? Phil Foden, Raheem Sterling, Riyad Mahrez, Gabriel Jesus, Erling Haaland,
Jack Grealish.
Bernardo Silva can play up top, but he's playing more in the midfield.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm missing someone.
Alvaro. They also signed
Julian Alvarez from River Plate.
Alvarez, yeah.
Oh, that's a shame for Alvarez.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
I forgot all about
they
him.
signed the striker.
They signed him as a safe in case they weren't able to sign any other strikers like Kane or Haaland.
An opportunity to go somewhere else and play first team.
Like go out on loan.
No. Like why
start Alvarez?
Start him, but they're not going to because Haaland's a star signing, obviously. But what attracts a player is that money. I'm not saying that he went for the money. I'm not saying that at all. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. But the fact that they can just throw player money at these players and just take away from everybody else, it just ruins the competition because nobody else can improve their teams. So if they send him on loan, all right, cool. At the end of the day,
they're not going to send him out on loan.
It's still a win-win for them. But they're just. I mean, to me, they're just a pig who just keeps eating and getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger.
When was the last time Man City had a dominant striker to score insanely amount of goals or provide assists and all that? I know it was Sergio Aguero, but when was the last time Sergio Aguero did that? When was the last time Man City actually had
with Balotelli? Maybe.
I don't think he did it.
No. I don't think, but he
no, but
they won the league that year with him.
No, but like the last time Man City needed to depend on their striker, because at the moment for the past 2 or 3 seasons, they didn't really need to depend on them at all.
They never really had one, and I don't think Aguero was the right fit for them.
There was that one point where Pep Guardiola was kind of unsure on who to start in 17-18 when he started Gabriel Jesus a lot over Aguero because there was like reports of he didn't like Aguero's work rate off the ball. And so therefore he preferred Gabriel Jesus. But I'd say the last time City really depended on a striker was probably 2018, 2019. I think Aguero bagged like, I want to say 15 plus Premier League goals.
Mm-hmm.
And I think without them, they don't win that league. So I think that was probably the last time City really depended on a striker because in 1920 he was there, but obviously injury prone. They tested out with De Bruyne in the false 9, Foden, Sterling, etc. And also last season, Raheem Sterling, Phil Foden, De Bruyne in a false 9. So I'd say 2019 was the last time. Even before, yeah, I'd say ever since they signed Aguero, City have been pretty reliable and dependent on him. But ever since then, it's probably like a little system change that Pep has probably implemented to counteract that.
Well, if you look at, let's look at. No, I mean, I honestly look at Man City, and with or without a striker, they're still going to bag goals. I'm not arguing the signing. I'm not saying it's a bad signing. It's obviously a really good signing, but this is strictly what Nick said. It's a Champions League. This is a Champions League play.
Yeah.
This is guaranteed semifinals, finals. If they crash out, I'm the happiest.
I'm just saying it's a signing that I don't feel like City needed to do.
They didn't. No, that's the thing.
That's
they
all.
didn't. They didn't.
Because
they got
because of what I've seen that they could do within the last 3 to 4 seasons.
Exactly. They don't need another striker. It's like I get it. Make your team stronger. You want the best. You want the perfect team that can do everything. They want to go invincible, win the quadruple, and win. They want everything to be perfect. At some point, it's like just work with what you got and make, because he could do it with Man City. He just can't. He hasn't been able to. That's his own doing.
Mm-hmm.
So it just annoys me that.
It's annoying. The signing is annoying.
I sound like a salty fan right now, but that is what I am at the end of the day, is a salty fan that Man City, PSG's, maybe the prior Chelsea's, not, I don't know about the newer ones, but they can just throw money at everything they want and then problems fixed, while like fucking us fans over here are struggling to like realize what the hell's wrong with our teams.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just a personal rant.
Well, in the end, Johnny Gomes, you got Haaland, but you're going to be singing that song all by yourself. Nobody's going to join you.
And also, I think, you know what? I think we'll end it there. And if Sway, you do us the lovely honors of singing us off with that beautiful
song?
Tone of yours.
Which song?
Surprise me. Honestly, if you want to surprise me. But or you can, Johnny Gomes. You can sing Johnny Gomes how he would be singing all by himself. So if you just if you'll sing,
I got a perfect one.
If you'll sing over me as I'm transitioning out,
Since Johnny Gomes is going to be all by himself singing that song.
We are the Benchwarmers of the Bench with the Voice. Where the bench is always warm.
By myself, you're gonna be all by yourself. Love you, bro.
That was good.